Jamie Hollingsworth with Coosa Christian Girls Basketball. It's my 4th year as the head coach.
India Brown, Coosa Christian.
Center.
Yeah, center.
Emily Snow, Coosa Christian. Kaylee Hazley, Coosa Christian point.
All right, Coach, talk us through a typical off season with you guys from like a workout perspective, and what does your typical off season look like there at Coosa?
Yeah, no, we work hard in the off season. We play a lot of pickup, a lot of individual work, a lot of shooting. We went to 2 camps this year. We went to UNA as well as Georgia State and played some really, really good teams over there. Played some 7As out of Georgia, which had like 4,000 kids in their school. I think we have maybe 200 at the most. So we competed though. We won. We beat a couple of those 7As and played some really good teams. Lauderdale County at that UNA camp, and competed with everybody that we played. I don't think anybody blew us out. Now we had a really good summer, and it's translated over into the season, I believe.
What have you learned from your team since you've had your hands on them the last couple of weeks of practice?
Yeah, no. What I figured out is we're a little farther along than I thought we would be right now. We are playing some really good teams, but we've also put in a lot of brand new stuff. And so far it's translated really, really well. I'm excited about our defense. Coach Bogle's helping us now on defense, and we're locking people down pretty well. So that's the main thing that I've learned so far about us is we compete every night, and we're a lot better defensively than we've been in the past.
Who are some of the girls in particular you're going to need to step up this year in different roles, and not only that, just from a leadership standpoint?
Yeah, we've got 2 new starters. Gemma Littlejohn, she's about a 5'10", skinny post player. She can step out and shoot it as well. She's playing really, really good defense as well. She's been a great surprise for us this early in the year. I thought it would take her a little bit longer in the season to get used to playing this new role, but she's doing really well. And then Erin Snow, Emily's sister, is starting for us now. She's a 10th grader, and like I told the last guy, like whoever she plays on defense, they're gonna have a rough night. So, and that's really, I think she's only played basketball for a couple of years, but it's been a really good addition for us for her defense. But we have a lot of good leaders, and Emily coming off the bench. Kaylee is a great shooter. She moved back from Florida last year, and so this is her first year back with us. She's a knockdown shooter and a really good point guard. So it's good to have her leadership on the court as well as a floor leader.
I got you. All 3 of you guys are seniors, correct? Talk about your roles individually on this team. I know India, she's been pretty dominant for a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk about your role individually as a senior coming into this season. What do you look to do?
Since it's my last year, I want to just work the hardest I ever worked. Just make sure that I give it all I got. So that's one of my biggest.
Average about 20 points, 12 rebounds, and about 5 blocks.
Something like that. She really even more rebounds. I think she's at like 19 points per game and 18 rebounds per game to start the season so far. So
it's legit.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I'm gonna have to Will Chamberlain numbers.
What about you? What's your role?
I like defense is like where I focus on. Like me and my sister Erin, and like both of us, like we're a good team on defense. Like if we will go and trap that person, and they will, like Coach Jay said, they will have a really, really rough time moving the ball somewhere else.
I like it. That's how I play.
At home in the driveway.
Let's talk about those rivalries. Yeah, let's talk about that rivalry a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie, Erin wins 90% of the time.
You make it rough for her, though.
Yeah,
no doubt. I think they're both about 5'2", and they are literally like gnats. We call it snowball when we put them in together, and we just say, go get them. And they're like gnats, just annoying.
Like at a picnic.
All day.
We ever had to separate you guys before?
I don't think so. I mean, not at basketball. At home, maybe. At home.
There was some hesitation.
So you moved back from Florida.
Yes, sir.
How's it been like since you got back, and what do you look to, coming back on the team here and your role in the team?
It's good. It's good to be back home because this is where all my family is and stuff, and it's good to be back playing basketball with them. I did miss playing with them last year a whole lot, and I just want to help improve.
You just want to go get a tan and then come back? Is that what you're?
That's what I was implying. Yeah.
But you guys play a tough area. I mean, you guys play Sacred Heart too, correct?
We played Sacred Heart the other night.
Yeah.
I think that the 2 games that they had before they played us, they had won by over 60 in both of them. They beat us by 12, and that was with a buzzer beater and 2 threes in the last minute. So we were right there with them. And I think had we calmed down a little bit early in the game, we probably would have won.
I thought I seen you guys played them.
Yeah, we played them. We played Plainview, who's a perennial Birmingham, Jacksonville State every year team. So that's who we opened up with our first 2 games, and we dropped them. But
I know. I mean, hey, that's
Sacred Heart and Plainview.
right.
that's where you want to go. I mean,
Well, I mean, that's a testament to you. Hey,
scheduling.
When you see somebody that's scheduling teams like that, you say, hey, they feel like they got a pretty good team.
Right, we do, and the main thing, the speed of the game is what I need to see us play against because when we get into that cross area, whether it be Winterboro or Talladega County, they're both extremely athletic. So, like, we play Sacs. Sacs is our next game Tuesday night.
they're 3A.
Yeah, maybe 4. I'm not sure, but they are extremely athletic. But that's who we've got to see. That's who we've got to play every night to get ready for those games. But as far as the area goes, Spring Garden, perennial team in Birmingham, Jacksonville every year. So we know it's going to be tough every time we play them, but I feel like with the team that we have this year, we can compete with them and hopefully get our area championship back.
All right, you seniors, give me a goal for yourself personally. We'll start right here with India.
My goal is just I want to take these girls to JSU. So that's one of my main goals. And another one of my main goals is just to have fun this year. Have fun with these girls since it's my last year.
I like it.
Just to, like Anya said, go to JSU and help our whole team out, and just to leave everything out on that court every night because we won't be able to do it again.
That's correct.
It's your senior year. Give it all you have left.
I love it.
You don't want to regret anything
right.
graduating. So.
And Coach, finally for you, give us a goal and how you plan on achieving that goal with these girls.
Yeah, no, I think the goal is to get to Jacksonville and take it from there. We'd love to go farther, but we want to get back to Jacksonville. These girls deserve that opportunity. My first year we made it, and we haven't been back, but I want each and every one of them, especially, to get on that court. To get there, like I said, the schedule, we're going to play faster teams, so we'll be used to it before we get there. But just keep working defensively. Defense has lacked a little bit. We've had to zone because we've had so much size over the past 2 years. We're not quite as big, even though we do have 6'2" in the paint. Around her, we don't have much size, so we're able to actually get out, play a little bit more man-to-man, and it's a learning process. But I think once we fully understand what we're supposed to do on defense, I think that's what can get us over the edge this year.
Thank you guys so much.
Appreciate it.
Jeremy Brooks, head coach, Gas City Girls Varsity.
Adriana Jones, point guard, shooting guard. Denise Johnson, post. Camille Jenkins, point guard, shooting guard.
All right, Coach, we're going to start right here with you. Talk to us about what a normal, regular off season looks like from your perspective. What you guys do at Gas City.
Off season, we go through a period right after school's over. We start practicing, working out, and the focus is on trying to come up with a system for what we think that next year is going to bring, so we can be prepared for our team count play date games. And so we treat that like regular season practices. So the practice structure, everything is geared like we do during the season. Once we go through our play dates and all our play dates are over, then what we have is called open gym, where we open the gym 4 days a week. They have to make a certain percentage of them, and it's focused more on individual development. We go ball handling, shooting, It's more of to get each one of these players better as an individual. So when we come back together as a team, we'll be better. And the focus is depending on what the weakness of the team is. We've had some times where we focused on like lifting and working out, and then other times we might not even lifted a weight during the summer and did a lot more skill stuff. So we really try to adapt it to the team.
I got you. So who are some of the girls that you're going to have step up in different positions, and not only from, like execution standpoint, but leadership standpoint?
Leadership standpoint, these three for sure. That's why I brought them here, because you just can't have the coaches being the leaders. We got to have team members step up. I think that's key. And really, these three, along with some of the other ones, have to get everybody on board, because we're going to have to win team effort. The style of play that we're wanting to play this year, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people can't do it. I think last night we played everybody, and I think everybody scored but one. And so, like I said, it's just going to take a team effort.
Absolutely. So the seniors, raise your hand, you two guys. We're going to start right here. Talk about your role on this team, specifically being a senior, knowing that this is going to be your last season, heading into your last season.
I just want everyone to come together. I think we need to be, together as a team, and we have to be mentally tough. And I think, last year, I had some disagreements and stuff. So this year, I just want to step it up and bring my positive side to everyone on the team. I think if I'm positive, it rubs off on everyone else. If we all can be positive and stay together, I think we'll have a successful season.
Absolutely. That's in the weight room or anywhere.
Right.
Same question to you.
This year, I'm captain, so I have to set an example for the younger kids or anybody. So whatever I do, it reflects off on the team. Whatever I progress in, they might progress in. When I come in with a bad attitude, they might have a bad attitude. So it's just
It's true. You're a junior, correct? So from a junior perspective, and it's not your last ride, but it's your next to last ride. But talk about your role. So he's obviously having you sitting here for a reason. So you're obviously going to be a leader on this team. Talk about your role specifically.
I just want to, keep everybody together this year, because that's what's going to help us be successful. We just got to have a good attitude, come in every game, every practice. Every time we're together, we just got to be positive.
Absolutely. I'm going to go back and start right here and ask you a question. Went to watch you guys play last night against Glencoe. Glencoe's in the county is a very dominant team. But one thing I noticed you guys played with was a lot of energy and a lot of effort. Can you talk about that, what that means to you personally?
I think, playing good, we don't really play a lot of teams around here a lot. This is the first year we played local teams. Glencoe is one of them. And I think, first home game, I think we always going to bring energy on the first home game. We talked in the locker room about, we want to hold our home ground, and I think that means a lot. We came in, I think if we can keep that same energy through the whole season, I think that's where we're going.
Same question to you. Tell us about that energy. I mean, y'all had tons of it last night.
Yeah, last night we started off slow, but then we gathered and start exhilarating. And last night it was tough. We had cramps going on. We couldn't get rotations, but you have to fight through it.
That's why Coach said everybody play.
Yeah.
Same question.
I kind of think that's expected from us. Us being a 7A school.
Correct.
We're a big school. It's supposed to, kind of dominate sports.
I mean, that's true. In this area, it's specific. Coach, back to you on this one right here. Playing under George Baker all those years, and I mean, you won a state championship ring. Talk about what that's meant to you and how you've learned those teachings and transitioned those over into, your coaching now.
Coach Baker, I have a lot of Coach Baker stories. They're very, very interesting, and but the main thing I remember from him is, he was always on us. We had physical practices. He was very disciplined. What we did, our system-wise, was we didn't run a bunch of stuff, but because we didn't, we executed. We just didn't have many turnovers. We didn't make many little mistakes I see a lot of teams making, and we didn't have those. The other thing, I think a lot of coaching wise, you can get into trying to do too much, and then you end up having wasted practice time because you try to put in this offense and spent so much time doing it, and then you're only running it a small fraction in the game, and it's not worth it. So to make sure your practice time is valuable and what you do, you got to do it well and execute it. That's more important than how much you do.
That 2-3 zone, he never came out of that.
Hey, we played that a lot. Yeah, I think when I was there, we played the 2-3 zone 90% of the time.
That's it.
We pressed a little bit, like a diamond press, and everybody's going to play man-to-man a little bit.
Yeah.
But I just don't remember the players on the court like not knowing what to do.
Correct.
And when I watch games, even my teams, I see kids out there that are confused. They don't know what's going on. So, I think that's the biggest thing.
All right, we're going to start with you guys, and we're going to close with Coach. Give me a personal goal and a team goal for yourself this year.
Personal goal is to stay positive. I think just stay positive.
I like her attitude.
Keep the energy, and also one goal for me is just to be consistent. And for the team, I think just stay mentally tough. We're going to face a lot of adversity. We play these 7A teams, especially tomorrow. I think without having a practice, I think, we're going to face adversity tomorrow. So we just got to keep the same energy that we brought, last night and whatever. And I think, that's what we're going to do.
My personal goal, I want to leave a mark. I guess it's hitting. I want somebody to know, like, Denise Johnson did this, Denise Johnson was that. Team goal, grit. That's it.
Personal goal, like she said, I want to be consistent, and I want to leave a mark. I know it's not my last year, but still, every year counts. Team goal, be positive. Just stay positive. And I want to make it to regionals this year.
Absolutely. Coach.
And I think, she's already got a junior college offer. Denise got a late start playing out of A. She's one of the ones that we've had over the past year with an ACL injury. But she's coming along, so her option to continue playing probably are still a possibility. I know Camille's already getting looks as a junior, so all three of these could potentially continue on to the next level. And people don't realize that's not easy these days.
No.
There's only a small percentage of people that play that have a chance to continue playing
I
after
believe
that.
it. And Coach, give us a goal for yourself and how you plan on achieving that.
I think our goal is, the past 2 years we felt like sort of underdogs going into the area tournament, trying to make the playoffs, and I'm ready to flip that back where Gadsden City is just sort of expecting to be in the regionals. I think we was on a streak about like 9 out of 11 years, and then the past 2 we hadn't been able to make it. So to basically reestablish ourselves in 7A ranks is one of the solid programs.
Absolutely. And who do you got here to your right? Miss Jordan?
Yes, this is my daughter and the guard on our 10 and under team. She plays for the Little Lady Titans. So she is excited about her season coming up too. First year on the Big Go. She's played 8 and under for the past 3.
Jordan, you think that's going to be a challenge for you, or is it going to be pretty easy?
It's going to be a little harder to get it up to the goal, and I'm going to be one of the smallest ones on the court, and there will be people who are blocking my shots and stuff, but I'm going to try my best.
Well, Jordan, I've seen your mom post the videos of you dribbling 2 balls at once, so I don't think it's going to be too much of a challenge for you. I appreciate you guys sitting in. Thank you.
Brittany Brewer, coach.
Melissa Gardner, 12th grade.
Alexis Underwood, 12th grade.
Tamara Foster, 12th grade.
All right, Coach, we're going to start with you. Talk us through your off season and what that's looked like to get to where we are right now, right before the season starts.
Okay, well, I had 9 practices with them before our first game because they all play volleyball. So I didn't really have an off season. But within those 9 practices, it was getting in basketball shape and, a little bit of defense, a little bit of offense, and then we had to go. So
it was go time.
It was go time.
I like it. Coach, who is some of the girls that's going to have to step up not only from an execution standpoint, but a leadership standpoint in this team?
The 3 girls, brought them today not just because they're seniors, but because they exude everything I'm asking them to be as a lady dog. Alyssa's been a 6-year starter for Gaston, and so she is in the big time leadership role, quarterback of the team, point guard, defender. She's my do it all. Alexis and Tamara, they were not starters last year, but they have come in and accepted their role as a starter, as a senior. You got a post player crashing the boards every play. I've got my second best defender here who's also producing on offense, and they've just been really giving me everything they could.
Absolutely.
And I'm loving it.
And all 3 of you guys are seniors, correct? And we're going to start right here. As a senior on this particular team, what do you think your main goal is, or your main roles, should I say? What can you do the most to help this team? Her wheels are turning. I know there's a lot of pressure because we've got a Gaston legend
She doesn't
here.
want to talk.
She don't? We'll get her to talk. This is a Gaston legend here. It's probably why you're intimidated.
That's probably where you recognize me from the
Statue out front.
statue outside.
Most
Class of
3-pointers.
99.
Yeah, most 3-pointers in the game.
Really?
Yeah. He hit 17 threes in one game.
What?
17 threes. State record.
I know. I graduated from Gaston's. I'm like, no, I've never
What year
heard that
did you
before.
graduate?
03.
Huh?
I thought you were going to sound familiar.
Drew Allison is my brother. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah. He was 2 years younger than me. He was.
You don't have
One?
anything? Is she really that scary?
Shy.
We're gonna get her.
They all are.
What are you best at? Scoring or defense?
Defense.
No doubt. 6-year starter? How was that different from when you first started till now? Do you feel more pressure being a senior?
Yes.
Way more pressure? Does that bother you? The pressure point, or?
Not really. It's just I've been doing it for so long. It don't really bother me anymore.
Second nature now. That's how this interview is going to be before we get done. All right, let's talk to you girls. So your role on this team specifically, what do you think you can do to best help this team?
Stay out of foul trouble.
Are you a physical defender?
Oh, yeah. It's bad.
How many charges did you take last year?
Oh, man. She's already taken more charges this. We've already played 4 games, so she's already taken more charges this year than she has in her life.
I like it.
Yeah, loving it.
Do y'all practice taking charges?
We haven't really,
No?
but we do put an emphasis on it. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
It's a fine art.
It is. How about yourself? What do you do to help the team the most?
rebounds.
Rebounds. There's an art to it. Who's your favorite rebounder to watch ever? Dennis Rodman?
She looking at me.
Do you know who Dennis Rodman is?
No idea. Can you please edit that out?
So you rebound. So we got the one thing consistency I get from you guys is defense and rebounds are going to win games. We all agree on
That's
that.
what we preach.
Who scores out of you guys?
Who scores?
Yeah. Any 3 of you guys, or y'all got some other?
Everybody steps up at a different
See it
point
there?
in the game.
Y'all would
Yeah.
rather get a big stop or a big rebound, or
Yeah.
yeah. Defense wins championships. That's when I played those.
Defense
exactly.
travels.
Defense travels. Don't matter if you're at home or away.
Yeah.
That's true. Let's flip around and ask a couple more questions. You guys aren't done yet. You ain't getting out of here yet. But let's talk to Coach. So, Coach, who's the hardest worker on your team? Who do you think works the hardest?
Man. I've got 10.
They all go.
They all go.
When do y'all raise your hands and say, it's me?
This one, Alyssa stays in the gym after practice just about every day.
Gym rat. That's what we call
Got her
it.
in athletic PE.
That's a good
She's
thing.
always got a ball in her hand. So
Who's got the most energy on your team?
probably Alyssa. Yeah. I mean,
Okay, we got
she
fair
can't
play.
get tired. You know, if she's
You
not
run
on
a
the
lot
floor,
outside of here.
yeah. Oh, she's a 3-sport athlete. You know, travel ball.
You box.
She needs to.
So volleyball, basketball, and
Softball.
Cross country for a couple years. Yeah.
Who's the class clown of the group, Coach?
Can you put these two together?
Y'all keep it fun.
The best friends sisters, however you want to put it. But yes, they keep us rolling.
All right, I'm going to make you guys talk one more time, then I'll let you loose. Okay, guys? We'll start right here. Give me a personal goal for this season. What's your main goal for this team?
To better my offense, my shooting.
I got you. Because the defense is there. Get your scoring down better, and that'll help the team. Okay. Personal goal for yourself there, young lady.
Mine is like for our whole team is for us to stay connected and keep like drama and all that out of in the locker room.
Everything positive. Love it.
That's a good life goal.
That's a good life goal for real.
For me, it will be calming my nerves and getting more comfortable with the ball in my hand.
Do you get panicky in the games?
Oh, yes.
Is it bad?
But you get those boards.
You hyperventilate? I think rebound is more of a effort. I mean, that's one of the part of it that actually, if there is an effort
I don't
place,
think
it's
rebounding
rebound.
can be coached. I don't know if
No.
you can talk. It's
You got to go
It's
get
an
it.
instinct.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's techniques to help get rebounds, but ultimately you still got to go get that rebound. That's true. And Coach, we're going to close with you. You give us a personal goal for the team from your standpoint, and an overall team goal, and what you plan on doing to achieve it.
Okay. Overall team goal, we always want to do better than we did last year. So whether it be record-wise, increasing our basketball IQ, as a team goal per game, it's always defense emphasis. So how many steals are we going to get, rebounds, stops, who's going to take a charge, it's always focused around defense. And I don't know, I'm just really excited to see what these girls are going to do this year. They're finally getting into the system that we've put in place. And, I'm just really excited to see the end of the season, how it's going to pan out.
I like it. Well, good luck to you girls.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm Coach Jamie Barkley at Glencoe High School.
Aubrey Gray and a senior.
Emma Giles and a senior.
Amanda Claire Hips, I'm a senior.
Okay. Coach, we're going to start right here with you. Talk us about your typical off-season, how your off-seasons look to this point. Kind of catch us up to speed from the last time we got seen you guys play last season up to now.
Last season we ended at the regionals. We're regionals runners-up to Pisgah, the state champion for the last couple of years. And Pisgah. Okay, all right. Annie Hughes did start against, played Auburn and got 10 points the first game, but I'm sure you already know that with your Pisgah pride. Oops. Yeah, you knew that. Anyway, regional runners-up the last couple of years, put out to the eventual state champs Pisgah. Then girls went their separate ways and played their other sports, track and softball. And then we met back up in May with tryouts, and they began in June with some summer play dates, summer workouts, going to Sanford and playing over there in that they have a couple of two-day thing they do. Then we had a couple of things had an opportunity for the PGC, Point Guard College, to come in and have them come. We opened that up to area schools and the little learning, a couple of day learning. It's hours upon hours of instruction and a lot of film breakdown and a lot of information. And our girls just felt like they left something on the table the last couple of years. We were leading Pisgah going into halftime, and we only lost by a little, and we just felt like there was more we could do. So we spent the summer trying to figure out exactly what more we could do to push ourselves to expand our knowledge of the game, to get better in the off season. And they spent a lot of June and a couple of days on their own time in July getting ready, and had a shooting guy come in and work with them on some things, and just talk to Spring Garden. Spring Garden's been super successful over the years. Talk to them, what do you do shooting? Because man, they shoot lights out. And so talk to them and just learn from others and see what we could do to be better and to get better, and then start working out and start getting physically ready to play in February. And go work out every day, as many days as you can get in. And I also coach volleyball, and several of our girls play both. And so just no off time, unfortunately.
Before we start talking to the girls, last night you went and played Gadsden City. That's a testament to go take on a huge task to go at Gadsden City for their home opener last night. Talk about what went into scheduling that and that experience for your girls.
you never want to schedule a season to where you play teams where you know you're going to have an undefeated season. You never want to go in to your only loss being regional runners-up. You don't want that to be your only experience. You want to be tested. And we play in a pretty tough area. And so you want to be prepared when area comes the 10th day of next month. You want to be prepared for that game. So you want to play your Hokes Bluff and your Southsides, and you want to play your Gadsden Cities. You want to play those teams that are going to make you better, that are going to push you. Now, were we slapped in the face last night with some quicker people than we thought we were going to face? Yep. Did it come out like we wanted to? No. But we knew when we walked in the locker room that we had given it everything that we had, and we were beaten. And my assistant and I talk all the time. We're going to give you everything we have. The girls are going to give you everything they have. And if you get beat, shake their hand. You get beat. That's basketball.
Actually, learning from losses more than you do from winning.
Exactly.
For sure. All right, so each one of you girls are senior, correct? We're going to start right here. Talk about your role on this team specifically, knowing this is going into your last season.
Well, as a post and being the 5, I feel like I should be big enough to, when I get the ball down low, I know what I should do with it, and it should be put in the goal.
Absolutely.
There's no questions asked.
I love it.
And she led that last night, leading scorer last night. She led by example.
That's good. You always need that anchor in the middle, for sure. What about your personal goal? Your personal role in this team.
Oh, my role in the team? Well, I'm the point guard, so
Quarterback.
I guess you could say that. Yeah, I have to see the court and distribute the ball, so I feel like I have to make sure it gets done.
Absolutely.
Role on the team, I feel like that goes for on and off the court. On the court, finish, make free throws, just do what you control what you can control. But off the court, I want to be an encourager. I want to be my teammate's biggest fan. I want to be there for them. So.
Team player. Yes. I like it. I'm gonna start back with you, and I'll ask you this question. How's things different? Go back to your first year on varsity ever, and remember how you was coming into that first season. Wide-eyed, kind of nervous, probably scared to death. To now that you're a senior, you're the leader. It's your team. Talk about the difference from there to now.
Well, you still have those nerves, and you still have. It's because you still love the game the same way, so you're still gonna, be nervous about it. But I don't know. For me, I've actually been injured a lot, so I guess I haven't been a starter all 4 years because I've been injured 2 of them. So
this one means a little bit more to you then, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Same question to you. Difference between the first time you was on varsity, going into that season to this season, your senior year.
My first year on varsity, there was obviously older people, so I felt like if I messed up, I was letting other people down, or I don't know. But now I feel like I'm a leader, so I'm in that role. I don't know. I feel like I have. When I first came on varsity, I felt like I had nothing to lose because I was just. But now I feel like I have more to play for. I don't know if that makes sense.
It does. Makes plenty of sense.
Exactly what she said. When I first came to varsity, I was more timid than I am now because I was scared to mess up because I was afraid that they'd talk about me or make fun of me or say I wasn't good enough. But now this is my senior year, we all realize that this is the last time and we're going to have to lay out for what we want.
Those other girls underneath you guys are feeling those same pressures.
We have 9 seniors.
9 seniors.
9 seniors and 1 junior. So I'm sure that poor 1 junior feels a lot of pressure. Yeah.
She better bring her A game. I don't know what her name is, but she better be ready.
Allie better be ready.
Allie, okay.
Y'all pray for Allie.
She's a lot of pressure. Yeah, no doubt. So, Coach, let's go with these girls here. Well, the team in general. Who keeps it creative and fun? Who's your class clown on your team? Is she here with us today?
The one that is
really?
always being
like
a goof. Oh, she is not timid.
Just in front of the camera.
She is just being sweet. She's a mess. You never know. Between her and Abby, I guess they share the role with you Greek girls.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, you never know.
Ashley gets her fair share in there.
Where
you need that in the locker room.
You do. They keep it light. They keep it fun. But then again, at the flip side of that, they know when to be real and when to get to business.
Absolutely. Who is your energy girl? Who is when chips are down is always firing up? Let's go.
That's Ashley. Ashley Morgan is another one of our seniors. She is a starting small forward, and she is, when the chips are down, it may not be an encouraging way either. It may be kind of a look. It might be serious in, hey, come on, this means business, and we've got to do this to get this done.
Step outside.
She means she might fight. She might have had a few broken noses. I don't know.
All right, now, Coach. Who is your hardest work? Who gives everything they got, or do you have multiple girls that give everything?
This is a group of hardworking girls. This is a group that when Coach Cook came on the scene to take on this team, they didn't have strong leadership. These girls were in 8th grade when that happened, and they didn't have strong athletes in front of them. Now, last year's seniors were, but that year that he took it on. So when y'all were in 8th grade, that senior bunch, and there may not even been more than one senior. I don't remember for sure. I was coaching at Westbrook. But, and so they had to step into that role of being strong and pushing skill level as 8th graders. So having that, they have worked so hard, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. You have to, I'm working them out 5 days a week to push them to be stronger. Right. Somebody says, you don't work out 3 days a week? Like, no, we've worked out 5 days a week. And it's just because they need that push.
Absolutely.
They're hungry.
Girls, I'm going to ask each one of you guys, give me a personal goal for yourself and the team this year.
I think my personal goal is to try to be the strongest one out there, and since I am a post, I feel like that's my job too, is to be the strongest one, finish how I need to finish, and do what I need to do to help my team, and most of all, be an encourager for my teammates.
Absolutely. Same question to you. Personal goal for this season to help the team.
I guess probably cut down on my turnovers because I'm a point guard, so I'm going to
turn
the ball. So if I cut them down,
I like it.
that would help.
Personal goal for yourself?
Be an encourager. Being in my senior year, I don't want to leave anything out on the court.
Leave it all out there. I like it. That's true. You always go back and remember. I remember all of my seasons, but my senior year, I remember just like every play, almost every game. And Coach, we're going to close with you. Give us a personal goal for yourself that you've set out for yourself, and an overall team goal and how you plan on achieving those goals.
I just took head coach in October. Coach Cook resigned earlier this year. And when I took that on, I said to the guy that asked to be my assistant, and I said to my husband, who is my assistant in JV, volleyball. That's what he does. He helps me in volleyball. And so I said to both of them, I said, guys, these girls have been playing this sport together since they were in the 3rd grade.
Man.
These girls have been playing varsity ball together since they were in the 8th or 9th grade. My goal for them is for them to have the most memorable year they've ever had, to have the most fun, to learn the most, to be in a situation where they know that when they're my age, that they can look back to 26 years ago and say, y'all remember when? And it's something basketball related maybe, but it's more about how they grew together as friends and teammates this year because of their enjoyable experiences on and off the court. So my job, or I feel like my goal, is to push them to be their best, but to have the best, have the most fun, to have the most, and how? By getting out and getting somebody's face and running them off the court.
Absolutely.
That sounds so horrible.
It does,
but get after it. By getting after it. Have the most fun by getting after it. Because when are they going to laugh and joke and have fun?
When they're winning.
When they're winning.
Right. I like it. Well, thank you guys so much.
Blake Hudson, head coach.
Jada Whiteside, I'm a senior and a guard. Amaya Ash, I'm a senior in the guard.
Katie Bowman, assistant coach.
Assistant coach, okay. Coach, we'll start right here with you. Talk us through your off season, what that's looked like for you from a team standpoint. This will be your first year, correct?
Yes, sir.
Well, talk us, basically from when you got the job to get us caught up to speed to now.
Yes, sir. Well, this will be my first head coaching job. So it was crucial to get in, get the girls introduced to me, reintroduced to me for some of them. A lot of them ran track for me in the first place, knew me from the high school. and started putting in our systems, our base offenses, our defenses, and just get things going. We worked out 3 or 4 days a week in the summer, and we had one play date with Glencoe. Daniel called me and we got together and just scrimmaged somebody other than us. Got to see our offenses, defenses work. And then when school started, every day of the week except for Friday, we went weight room 2 days, gym 2 days, and just did basketball skills in the gym, worked out weights in the weight room, did cardio intermingled in both those days. So just good old getting them prepared for the season. That's one thing that's been talked about with Etowah girls in years past is they weren't in very good shape, and hopefully my 2 girls here can speak to the fact they're in better shape this year than they have been in recent years.
Absolutely.
But you got to be able to run the floor, and we've got speed. We're blessed with speed, and you've got to use it. At every practice, I go home hoarse because Coach Bowman and myself and Coach Elkins as well holler, push, push, run the floor, because you can't have girls that can get up down the floor and not exploit that and use it. So we're trying to lean on some of the things we do well. We're going to be able to do well. We're trying to cut down some of the things that have been a thorn in Etowah girls' side for years. Turnovers, throwing the ball at the other team has been a staple of Etowah girls basketball. And so we have focused on, with passing drills and defended passing drills, trying to cut down on the self-inflicted wounds, so to speak.
Absolutely.
And if we can cut down, if we can get some fast break turnovers, get us some easy points, and stop from turning the basketball over, any level of competition, you can win basketball. Yes, sir.
From an assistant standpoint, what does that look like for you personally, helping the team?
So I played for Etowah from 2005 to 2009. So this is my first year coming back to the program, and it's fun to see it as a coach. And so
different perspective.
Yeah, it's a whole different perspective. And so for me, I feel like my role is kind of like, I guess I'm more of like I don't know how to describe it, like a morale encourager, like I love stats. That's one of my things. So he's like, I don't know if I'm a hype man, because he's got all that.
He's got that.
Yeah, I like to. I'm a very good at. I just like to observe everything and see how it all works.
Analytical.
And then so I kind of like, is that
That's good, yes.
Because I'm not as big as the 2 guys. They're the vocal. I'm more of a let me observe it and I'll take it all in. Then I can like tell you, here's what I see, here's what I think, and then I love doing the stats and breakdown. Got us the spreadsheet and everything so we can see like here's where we're improving, here's where we're not improving. So I love that role as an assistant a lot, and it's fun to see them, our percentages getting higher or if they're getting lower, or and how we can fix that.
We're doing good here.
Yes.
And you guys are both seniors, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's start right here. So as a senior, coming into your last season, talk about your role, your biggest role in this team, and what that's going to look like to help the team.
I feel like my biggest role is to leave my mark, like for other girls to see it and what they are capable of doing at Etowah High School.
Absolutely.
I feel like my biggest role is to actually lead by example, if you know what I mean. To be one of those that like, okay, I don't want to be that person, oh, she's doing this, so I can do that too. I don't want to ever be slacking so the rest of the team follows suit, if you know what I mean.
Lead by example.
Yeah, right.
Weight room too? Everywhere.
Everywhere.
All right, so talk about what's different. How many years have you played varsity now?
This will be my 2nd year.
Okay, what's different this year than the previous year? The biggest thing, knowing that now all eyes are on you, you're a senior, even these young girls are going to be looking up to you. Do you feel that pressure, or do you like that challenge?
I can say I like that challenge. Like I will always want them to feel like they have like some type of competition. Like not only they don't just look up to me, but like, oh, she's so good. But instead they take me and use me as an example for them to get better. Like
Right.
I'm helping them get better.
Absolutely. Same question to you.
So I haven't played basketball since freshman year because I'm a track girl, so like I kind of focus on
You're too cool,
that.
is what you're saying.
I'm not too cool. No. So coming back this year, last year I had a knee surgery and I moved from Cherokee County, so I was trying to focus on getting better, getting back in rehab and all that stuff. So coming back this year, having to work 10 times harder, having to do a whole lot of running. I mean, a whole lot of running.
I like it, Coach.
Yes.
And really, I'm just trying to be. I don't want to be a burden on the team. I want to be somebody that actually helps the team and
Contributor.
Yeah, contribute to the team and turn the program around.
Coach, who's some of the girls that you know that you have to have step up, not only from an execution standpoint, but a leadership standpoint, in order for you to have a successful season this season?
You know, it's a blessing and a curse. I've got 2 seniors. Maya's going to start, Jada's going to play quality minutes every game. South of that, I've got 2 juniors. Kiss Gibbs, who just had a foot surgery, so she's out for a little bit, and then Zanaya Manning, we call her Nana, she'll start.
There's 2 Nanas at Etowah.
There's I coach boy Nana in track, girl Nana in basketball.
Same speed?
You know, girl Nana's fast. You know, Nana was a state champion for me last year, and I had very little to do with that because he came already really, really fast.
Yeah.
We tightened up his form, we got a starting block work better, but I couldn't turn myself into a state champion because I'm just not built like he is. But after these 2 seniors and those 2 juniors, we have a sophomore heavy roster and a freshman heavy roster. Our starting 5, Coach Bowman helped me, will be senior, junior, sophomore, freshman. And then got a senior that'll come in as a guard, and then got a freshman that'll come in as a guard. So we're so young that I got to have my seniors to lead by example. But I need the starting 5, regardless of age, maturity level. They have to be an example too. Because if you put the starting 5 out there, by definition, that's the coach saying, I believe in these 5. And I've told the girls, just like I tell my guys and girls on track, I'm not loyal to anybody but the best. If Jada starts showing out in practice, she'll take one of those starting jobs. If Maya starts not doing so hot, she'll lose that starting job. And I've got, like I said, a freshman guard that's chomping at the bit to play. She's chomping at the bit to play. So that's, in the running we spoke about, getting them in shape, seeing how hard they run, seeing how hard they want it. I don't want to be the team that in the 4th quarter is grabbing their jersey shorts and trying not to pass out. I want to be the team that still, hey, feed me the ball so I can go. And
not breathing heavy.
Yes, sir, exactly. And unless you get that cardio, we do something weird at Etowah, and I may be a weird guy, but I take the volleyball scoreboard, and on one side we have the number 15. Now that's how much cardio we do every day. But they also have the ability to have Coach Bowman, Coach Hudson, or Coach Elkins walk over to the board and go, you know, y'all just ran that drill. We rolled 2 minutes off, 13 minutes. They do something else right, roll a minute off. So, you know, I'm a visual guy. If kids are told, hey, you're working hard, you know, that's great. You told me I'm working hard. But they can see, shoot, I just went from 15 minutes of cardio to 10. I must be doing something right.
Doing this right.
Exactly. That's proof of the pudding, so to speak.
Having a good practice.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Coach, from your standpoint, like you said, you was analytical. What are some of the things that you've seen that you think can help the overall team? Some of the things you need improvement on, but some of the things, what are some of, and like on the other end of that, what are some of the strengths that you guys already have coming into this season?
Okay, so the biggest weakness from just the preseason tournament and now are turnovers. I think we've preached it over and over again. And our average in the preseason tournament, we average like 26 turnovers a game. And so
that's right. Yes.
That's tough.
And so after that, we played on a Saturday. We played 2 games on a Saturday. That whole next week, what did we work on?
Turnovers.
How to make better passes, how to fix that. And then the last game we played, we had 16 turnovers. So that's one of the weaknesses that we saw early on. That man, we've got to get a hold of this. You see the visual improvement. I mean, we played better and we had better opportunities to score. But then, like numbers wise, you can see it visually. Like it went down, guys, to see how much better it was. So I definitely think that's a big strength that we've really been working on. And going forward. And then I think with the offense that we put in, I see like our strengths, we get lots of open shots. So each game I can see that, look, your guys are getting open.
The basketball.
Yes, sir. A lot of passing, a lot of cutting.
Yes. So you're getting lots of layups, you're getting lots of like quality shots. And so hopefully over the season you'll see our scores going up because they'll, as you get more shots and as you get used to shooting more and whatnot, you'll improve that way too.
Give us a personal goal for yourself for this season. What do you hope to do to help the team?
Just to be more confident in myself, because I know last year after game stuff, some of my friends or like just close people to me would be like, why do you pass so much? Like, you can shoot, you should shoot more. And like, I guess I just wasn't as confident in myself as I was last year as I am this year.
Senior year, you got to let it off. Yeah, you can't hit the rewind button. Well, unless we find a DeLorean and go back in time like Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
I just want to enhance my basketball IQ. That's what I'm working on every day.
Play smarter.
Play smart.
I would play smart.
If you put the effort that he's wanting with the smarts, then you're working smart and hard. Right? Then you got a combination.
He always gets me like how are you so smart in school, but you get out here and you're like
It's too different. Hey,
Cough the ball up.
Yeah. We cover athletes all over North Alabama, and I'm not saying no names, but you'll have some guys who's terrible in the classroom, but unbelievably smart on the field or on the court. And then you have, conversely, you have super smart kids on the court or on the field. I mean, in the classroom that not that smart.
She made a 30 on her ACT. That's 2 points higher than I made. So she's smarter than me in the classroom. I had to have a conversation with her at practice about solid, liquid, and gas. How the girl that she keeps trying to throw the ball through is a solid, so you can't throw it through her.
I've never checked out his Facebook. His Facebook's hilarious.
Solid, liquid, and gas. All right, Coach, we're going to close with you. Give us a personal goal for yourself being your first season here, and an overall team goal that you're going to set out for these girls, and what you plan on doing to achieve those.
Yes, personal goal, hit the ground running. You know, after I found out I had the head job, I really wanted to get going and start building a program. I heard a sermon one time about, sometimes it's turning the Titanic, and this program is going to be like the Titanic. We're not going to be able to yank the wheel and get it in the right direction. We need to get there slowly. So my personal goal is to right the ship. Team goal is, we were probably 5 or 6 different teams senior nights last year, and I truly believe in the last few years of Etowah girls basketball, when they walked in the gym, it was they're here. I want it to be oh no, they're here.
We don't want a part of them.
I want the respect. I want to be able to walk in the gym and the team go, God, like we're in trouble. Not, all right, senior night is, let's get Etowah in here. So for the team goal, I want these girls to be respected, feared, whatever the word we need to use, but I want them to walk in the gym, head held high, knowing they got a chance to battle with anybody we play. To get there, run hard, play hard. Practice has got to be harder than the games. I think they're talking about how hard practice is. I want practice to be so much tougher than the games because it'll get you ready. We scrimmage the 9th grade boys and let them trap us a lot to prepare us for Talladega coming up. And they were talking about these boys are so long and tall and jump. And I said, listen, after hanging with these boys like we did, I said the Talladega girl is going to seem this tall and slow as me because these boys are so fast and so long, and just in the way of preparing them, I believe Coach Bowman, Coach Elgis, and myself set out to try to put them in the right positions to win, to score. It's up to them to follow through.
Absolutely. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Jason Shields from Hopes Bluff High School. I'm the head girls basketball coach.
Jaden Presley, senior.
Maddie Smith, junior.
Kristen Shields, senior.
All right. Coach, take us through, from last basketball season, catch us up to speed, like what your off season looked like to get to this point and start of this new season.
Well, we had to get better offensively. We're a good defensive team, have always historically been a good defensive team.
We've seen that in play.
Yeah, but we've got to get better offensively, so we spend a lot of time in individual development trying to work on ball handling and getting stronger, getting in better shape. I think we're in better shape and a lot stronger than we were a year ago. We were playing young at a guard, two 10th graders playing in a very, very feeble frame a year ago. So I think we're better. She's obviously better about taking it to the hole a little bit more. So this team in general is spread out offensively, which helps you out a good bit. We're hard to guard as far as if we get hot, but we're going to depend on making 5 or 6 threes a game.
Absolutely.
So if we make them, we're in games. If we don't, you look up, we're down 15. So we've got to have a consistent night behind the line because we have a hard time getting transition buckets. We're not super fast. We're not super tall. So like I said, we have to work for our buckets. We don't get easy buckets. And in basketball, easy buckets are nice. Transition buckets are the best buckets to get. Nobody around. So if we can get more of them, we'll be better off. We have to find creative ways to press because you don't want to just continually give up layups. If you got speed, you don't give as many layups up. We don't have as much speed, so we will press you, but we have to be very creative about when and where.
That's right.
And we don't generate a lot of transition buckets, and hopefully we'll do better at that.
And Coach, who are some of the girls that you're going to have step up, not necessarily from an execution standpoint, but a leadership standpoint on this team?
Well, we got good leadership. All three of these we're very blessed. They'll tell you when you talk to them, we're pretty much a family. Like I said, we've had a family atmosphere, so we're strong in that. Each one of them's got to step up. Our post play has gotten better since a year ago. It makes your 3-point shooting a lot easier.
Absolutely.
When people are having to double down and worry about that post going one-on-one. So that will help us tremendously. And like I said, our guards getting stronger, not making as many turnovers is also going to help us. And plus, we didn't have as many threats last year, I don't think, as we're going to be a little bit more spread out this time on that. So we won't have to bear the brunt, one or two of us bearing the brunt. I hope on a given night we may have 3 different people, that may be our leading scorers. So I hope it's more well-rounded than it's ever been.
Absolutely. The defense is going to be there, but you just got
like I said,
generate points.
We've always been we're gap control type defense. So you're going to have to work us to death and to get a good bucket. But like I said, if you're quick and you can turn us over, that's what happened to us last year. We had Jacksonville 17-2 in the area tournament, and then they finally scored and got in a press. We turned it over. Next thing you know, it's a nip-tuck game. When you get in a nip-tuck game, things happen that you can't control sometimes. So like I said, you like to have that 4 or 5 point lead and be able to make free throws. And we're a good free throw shooting team. We just didn't get the line enough last year. And I think her being a little stronger and taking the ball to the hole, we'll get the line more out of our smaller guards than we did last year.
Absolutely. So you girls that are seniors, this one's for you. What do you think? It's going into your last season here. What do you think your role specifically is on this team to help the overall team? Let her start.
Okay. I think it's just to show them, make them want to be, I want to be good this year, and then make them want to be the same way. Kind of get something started that hasn't been there, that kind of got lost last year.
Lead by example type situation?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. She don't want to talk. Okay. All right. You're a junior this year, so
Yes,
all right.
sir.
So, what do you specifically think your role individually is on this team to help the team?
I feel like mainly I do want to keep everybody on the same page and support the seniors, and we do want to get further this year for them and for just everybody as a team together. I do want to make sure that everybody we know next year, this year and next year is going to be big times.
Absolutely.
And to get better this year as a team together, so we do big things this year and go further than we have. Absolutely.
Coach, I want to ask you a couple of questions here. We always ask people this: who's your class clown on the team that keeps everything fun in the locker room? You got several of those?
Yeah, we got several of those.
Abby Watkins.
Abby Watkins, probably Coach Watkins that was coaching boys several years ago. Got a daughter that's coming through. She can keep you in stitches, but we've got several. That's a good thing about us. We have, and I try to create a culture where they understand when we step on the floor, we're going to have times where we have fun. When people are watching us play and things of that nature, people may look and say, "My goodness," but we have fun. We go on trips and we do stuff
together.
But we know where work is and we know where fun is. And like I said, they have a good time. And probably Abby Watkins would be the instigator of that.
Who's your energy girl? When the chips are down, who's the one that keeps pressing, pushing everybody to?
Maddie's an energy person. Yeah, Maddie's an energy person. She's a go-getter.
You're a quarterback of the team, I take it.
Yeah, she's a go-getter.
I like it.
And like I said, that's our culture. I mean, we're not, like I said, as athletic as some of the teams we play, but we'll gnaw your leg off. That's just.
I love it.
That's what we're. I try to get them to do that. I tell them they can be whatever they want to be off the court. Personality, don't ever take your personality away. But we have a team personality, and everybody needs to get into that team personality.
Absolutely.
So it be consistent. So like I said, I think that's big.
Who's the hardest worker on your team, or do you got multiple that just get after?
Look, we've gotten better at that. That's the culture we try to create, and I think they'll tell you that too. There's some kids that come in that, whether they're like Jaden's a shy person, but she's a hard worker. I'm talking about just because you're shy, or just because that's part of what God's given you as a personality. We're not trying to get rid of that. Everybody can be a hard worker, so that's one of the things we pride in. We've really got a couple of people that's Madison Wolf and Hallie Davenport, and they've changed. They've got through some things that when you're conditioned and stuff like that, and it's very easy to, when you see that you may not make it, you can start loafing that last, 30 yards. We're trying to get out of that.
That's all it takes.
No matter what the score is or whatever, we're going to go hard the whole time. And to me, that's every team I've ever coached. That's all I want out of them. Win or lose, you want to make sure that you have a winning attitude the whole time. And I think Oaks Bluff in general has always done that, boys and girls, whatever sport it is, and we try to maintain that same concept. Just everybody asks me what's it like coaching girls. I coach them just like I coach anybody else who's ever been around me. I mean, it's not. We get after it the whole time, and expect things to be done right. And like I said, they're a good group, so I can't question any of them's work ethic. But if we do question it, it's questioned at practice. We take care of it really quick
before the game hits.
Yeah.
Who is you girls' biggest rival? Southside? Lincoln?
A lot.
I just know when y'all play Southside, there's a weird kind of feeling in the air in the county tournament and stuff.
Yes.
When we were at their games, it just feels a little different.
I think Southside and even Cherokee County.
Yeah, I'd say Southside.
Cherokee County?
Cherokee County.
Well, historically, like I said, there's about 6 years in a row there we played Southside in the finals of the county tournament.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, so
I think county-wise it would be Southside, but like area would be Cherokee County.
Was it you and I or you and Reggie that went to that game at Southside last year? It was just a weird, it just felt different. I mean, I was like, hey, something's up with it. Just a weird energy in there. I know. It's a
well, like I said, it's a competitive environment, like I said, and we try to create that too. Sometimes people look at girls basketball as being as non-competitive. We try
very competitive.
We try to make it as competitive as we can. Yeah.
Seniors, what's your ultimate goal this year? Anybody can answer this.
Make it Jacksonville State.
Jacksonville?
Mm-hmm.
At least Jacksonville. That's your first
year.
goal for sure, I'm sure. Yeah. I think it's definitely an achievable goal. Same thing for you girls. Go to Jacksonville. And Coach, for yourself, what's a personal goal for yourself and overall team goal, and how do you guys plan on achieving that?
I got in this business to change people. I tell them they changed me. Every team I've ever had has changed me a little bit, and my job is to make sure that they grow as a person first. And we use athletics to help them do that. So that's my main goal every time. I learned that a long time ago when I was at center. I didn't learn it till we started home. We won a state championship in '98, and as we was going home, I was sitting by the trophy on the bus, and they was all back there hooping and all. They care less about that trophy. And they had won 2 state championships at center before I got there, and basically I was the guy that hadn't won one yet. So I thought that was the most important thing. It was up at the top, and I figured out real quickly after doing it, it's those people in the back of the bus and the relationships they formed. So I've changed don't get me wrong, I want to win, and they can tell you that, but the relationships to me are important, and we pretty much we try to make it where you have to learn how to get through relationships, because every relationship has its ups and downs. So I stir it up a little bit every once in a while to create some things that we have to get through, and they're tough-minded people, and like I said, that's my first goal. Really, my major objective is to put them out in the world that they can survive in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't have a problem when somebody calls me and asks me if somebody's played 4 years of basketball and me saying, hey, I'd hire them in a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. And I guarantee you they'll do a good job for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's that's my goal.
Is this your daughter, Coach?
Yes.
How's that been like?
They can tell you, I've always I'll get on her just as hard as I get on her or her, right. Now, I'm sure they get my kids. I've had my older one played, she's got a job at A-Rob now. It was about 4, 5, 6 years ago. So they both played for me, and everybody's asked how it is. I said, I've always coached them hard. My favorite story is when I was in center, a guy came down and from another team, put his arm around me and said, son, he says, Coach, he said, man, your daughter can play with me. My daughter at the time was my oldest daughter. She was 4, and my son was 3. She wasn't born yet. And I said, sir, I don't have a daughter on this team. He said, number 13's not your daughter? I said, no, sir. He said, I thought the way you got on her, she had to be your daughter. And I said, oh. That's awesome. So I don't think I've done any different. They might say I have, but like I said, I've tried to treat them all the same. when you're coaching girls, and I was 24 years old when I started, I said, in my mind, my wife had played basketball and she was my assistant. I was going to treat them like they was my daughters.
Right.
And so I've always done that.
All right, Coach, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Okay, I'm Holly Ostendorf. I'm the varsity girls basketball coach, and I teach middle school science at Westbrook.
Absolutely.
Kirsi Gupta, 12th grade. Bria Wood, 9th grade. Kinsley Gupta, 12th grade.
So before we get started, you guys are twins.
Yes, sir.
I just freaked Josh out, but we're good. We're back on track now. All right, Coach, how many years have you been at Westbrook now?
This is my 3rd year, 2nd year as head coach.
Okay. Talk to us about your off season that you've had with these girls, this particular group, and what it's looked like from last season over into this season.
Okay, well, so this past off season we really kind of buckled down. We hit the weight room more, conditioned more. They were at the gym a couple times a week in the summer, you know, working out, running and stuff. But we had not really been as serious about that in the past. We started a little bit last summer, but our girls were predominantly, I mean, they were all 8th graders last year with the exception of a handful of juniors. And so this year they're freshmen. They have a couple, 3 seniors, and so it's going to look a little different this year, I think.
Who is some of the girls that you know you've got to have step up for you this season, not only from an execution standpoint, but a leadership standpoint?
Sarah King, Kirsi Gupta, and Kinsley Gupta, and Bria Wood.
I like it.
It's going to sit on those 4 shoulders.
So you girls, how many of you girls play volleyball? Anybody?
I play volleyball.
You volleyball, so you was with us when we did the preseason thing?
I was not. I don't remember where I was. Out of town. I think I was out of town.
How long have you been with the team, the basketball team now?
This will be my 2nd year.
I'm talking about like since volleyball season's been over.
Since volleyball season, a week, 2 weeks?
About 2 weeks.
Conditioning wise, what's that look like transitioning over into?
It was hard at first because like volleyball you don't run as much, and so coming here was.
That's a compliment to coach. Now here's something. So seniors.
Yes, sir.
And
Freshman.
Freshmen, okay. Seniors, you girls. I got a question for you guys. What is your goal? Not goal, but your role on this team coming in, knowing that this is your last season.
Well,
you can't hit reset.
Yeah. Well, it's like we're gonna be the ones to like set like the tone to like change the way people like look at Westbrook girls basketball, and so like that means like taking things seriously, not giving off, and like making sure that like we're all doing what we're supposed to be doing, and like make sure like put motivation between like all of us, so we want to win and like we want to get there.
Absolutely. Same question to you.
I would say mostly the same thing she would. Like they don't really like. I realize that this is my last season, so I want like the best season that it can be, and so I want them to think of it how like we're thinking of it. Because right now they're like, oh, we have next season. This could be like a building season for them, but I want them to be like, I want them to be how we think of it.
Absolutely. And you being a freshman, what's your main role on this team?
I don't know, I really want to like change like how like our grade like they think it's kind of just like a building, like we have like 3 more years of this, and I want this year to be the year that like it changes.
Absolutely, I understand that. So Coach, out of your whole team, who is your class clown? Who keeps it fun in the locker room and in the weight room and stuff? Or do you have a team full of class clowns?
I mean, I have a team full of class clowns. I mean, I've got one that's not, and everybody else is.
So you don't have no problem keeping things fun?
Oh, no, we can keep things fun. We can have fun. We have no problem having fun.
No problem with that.
You'll see us at LTAP a lot. We have fun.
So who, out of your girls, who is the spark plug, like when the chips are down, that it's motivating, keeping everybody going, you know, vocally, like kind of like a leader on the team? Who would
I
that
think like when things really get tough in the game, it's Brielle, the freshman. She's our point guard, and so even though she's a freshman, she was our 8th grader. She was an 8th grade starting point guard last year.
That's awesome.
And so she, I mean, she really can motivate you.
Absolutely.
I mean, she leaves her heart on that court every time she steps out there, so it makes everybody else want to also.
Who's your hardest working girl, or do you have multiple that just really give you everything they got?
I think that the twins, Kinsley and Kirsi both, Kirsi spent last year with an injury, and so she didn't really get to, you know, do as much last year as she wanted to. But
now, do you guys battle each other at home, or at the gym? I mean, or how's that?
Yeah, we're kind of competitive. Yeah.
Do we have to separate you two, or does it get that heated?
No, it doesn't get that Maybe not in public, yeah. At home.
Oh yeah, that's why I said at home. We want to know the real rivalry.
Yeah. I mean, my mom's had to get in there sometimes. So it's fine.
I mean, they are very critical of each other.
Do you have to separate them at practice sometime, maybe?
No, it's just funny to watch. 'Cause I don't have to correct them; they will correct each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nice. Makes your job a little easier, huh? So, you guys are seniors. Give us your goal this season as a senior. What do you want to achieve for yourself and the team?
Okay, well, I went to last year. I started, I guess I started basketball at 7th grade, but I never really took it seriously till maybe in the middle of the season last year. And so I played, but I want to actually do something. I helped the team, but I really want to help the team this season. And I just want since it's my last year too, I just want to do the best that I can be since it's our last year.
Absolutely. Same question to you.
Well, we're gonna try. Our whole team goal is to play more discipline, and as a person, I want to have that same goal because I only had to play 3 games last season. So one of my goals is to play more than 3 games, but I want to play more discipline, be able to execute plays better, and just be there for the team when they need me to.
All right, and your goal as a freshman?
My goal is I wasn't as confident as shooting wise probably. I'm gonna drove the ball down and probably playing more discipline.
Absolutely. You being the quarterback of the team, you're gonna have to be disciplined. And coach, for yourself, maybe a personal goal for yourself and an overall team goal, and how you plan on achieving those goals.
I just want the girls to be more confident. I want them. I felt like last season their age was kind of a crutch, and I just have kind of yanked that crutch out from under them. They're freshmen, they're seniors now, and the pressure's on. There's more pressure this year. I believe in them, and I want them to have that confidence in themselves.
Absolutely, I like it. Well, the sky's the limit for you girls. You keep these two separated and we move forward. I'm just joking, girls. Hey, good luck to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, Matt Loftus. I've been at Sardis 10 years and coached football, basketball, baseball, softball, a whole lot of it. But really excited for my first year as varsity girls coach.
Absolutely.
I'm Haley Hill and I'm a senior.
I'm Molly Morris and I'm a senior.
I'm Jay Bonds, senior.
Senior. You kin to Coach Hill?
Yes, sir. He's my dad.
Okay, awesome. So Coach, we're going to start with you right here. Talk to us about your off season you've had leading up to this point with the girls. I know some of them probably play volleyball, but basically this being your first season as head coach over into now to where you got these girls ready to go this season.
Well, just like any preseason, you got to figure out what's on your roster, and you got to try and work and adjust your offense to that to give them the best chance. And a lot of the things that we wanted to improve was shooting, and we've done a lot of shooting drills trying to improve that. And we took a lot of the same stuff that we were doing last year, but kind of twisted it and changed a little bit because we lost a lot of height, we lost a lot of experience, and we're trying to alter that. And we're a work in progress right now, but we're going to get to where we need to be in a hurry because we've got 11 hard-working girls on varsity led by these 3 captains, and I've got faith and trust in them that they're going to do what we need to do to have a pretty good season.
That was actually my next question, Coach. Who are some of the girls that you got to have step up, not only from an execution standpoint, but a leadership type role?
Well, we know that our scoring last year wasn't where we wanted it to be, and over 44% of it graduated last year. So we know that these 3 are going to have to pick up some of the slack, and with 2 of them being post players, our other post players on the team, Mallory Wills, Lily Underwood, Whitney Feimster, they're just going to have to do what they can to get putbacks or post-ups or slips and rolls. And then, of course, Emily Kate's going to shoot the ball for us on top of Haley and Jade shooting the ball for us, making sure they got to stay honest so we can go in and get layups or shoot good wide open jumpers.
Absolutely. So you girls, all 3 of you girls are seniors, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're going to start right here because you're the talker of the group. Right? Talk about your individual role and how you specifically are going to help this team this year.
I feel like I'm going to be on the ball more this year, so I feel like if I can control the pace of the game, I feel like that will help us a lot this year.
Absolutely. On the ball defending or on the ball as far as point guard?
Point guard.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
I feel like I'm better at shooting this year. I've been working really hard at it. I feel like I can get us more points than I have.
What position do you play?
Post.
In the post?
Yes, sir.
I got you. It's a lost art for him nowadays, Coach. You know.
Oh,
that.
absolutely. Absolutely.
I just need to get better at defense this year. I mean, that's something that I've been trying to work on, but it's something that I really want to make important this year because I really feel like it can help us more this year.
Now, how many girls? You girls have played multiple years on varsity, correct?
Yes, sir.
How many years have you girls played? How many?
3.
All right, let me ask you girls, all you girls this. We'll start here again. What's the difference going into this season knowing it's your last than your first off season going into that season? Something that you've noticed is, hey, this is it for me. And, the first one, we normally get the answer, I was scared to death, I didn't want to mess up. What's the biggest difference, do you think?
Well, the past few years, I went into practice just kind of dreading it a little bit, but this year I go into every practice knowing that it's my last year, so I've got to make it count. I'm trying to go harder this year, and I'm trying to make everyone feel like they're a part of the team and they're important, because I feel like that's the biggest.
Being a well-rounded leader, lead by example?
Yes, sir.
I like that. Awesome. Same question to you.
Same as her. I used to dread going to practice, scared to death of what I was going to do and stuff. And now I go in, I'm ready to have fun and work on getting better.
Yeah, because the younger girls are looking at you guys now. I mean, it's on your shoulders now. I mean, a lot of times we've actually had people sitting in front of us before, and we'll say that, and they're like, you can just see something goes off in their head, and they're like, it is, it's senior year.
Being a ninth grader on varsity, didn't always feel like I was included that much, but maybe with the whole team, so I just want to make sure that we include all the younger girls from freshman all the way to senior.
Get them to buy into what you guys are trying to do?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Coach, we always like to ask this. It's always a fun time. Who is your class clown on my team in general? Could be one of these 3 girls here, but who do we got this year? Or do you have multiple?
There's probably 2 or 3 that we could go with, but I think she knows who she is. It's Lexi Henderson. She likes to keep it light, likes to keep it fun, likes to go ahead and let everybody know when things are good or when things aren't good. She likes to let everybody know what she's doing or what she sees or what she ate for lunch or what's on the wall, or if there was a song on earlier that day, she'll sing it all day long. So she's just there to have a good time, but at the same time she understands that she's got to work, and she's one of them that despite not really getting a whole lot of playing time in the past, she's really focused because she's a senior as well. She kind of realizes that she's up against it and her opportunities are going to be gone before she blinks. And even though she still brings a lot of that energy, a lot of that laughter, she does do some things now that's a little more serious than she used to in terms of, hey, if I don't fix this, I might not get to play. Man. So she keeps us happy and light, but at the same time, she brings good energy.
Who's your energy girl? The one that just spark plug on the team and the chips are down, still fighting, vocal leader?
That would be Haley Hill. Haley Hill. She doesn't know how to lose. She doesn't want to.
She's not going to accept it.
She won't accept it, absolutely. And when it all boils down to it, she'll push back, she'll fight, she'll scrap, she'll claw if she has to. And, she sets a good tone for us, and the rest of us follow her really, really well. There's been times where we've needed different ones to step up, and we've had different ones step up, but if push came to shove, she's going to be there to rally everybody around and take us where we need to be.
Absolutely. We'll start right back here with you. Give us a personal goal for yourself and the team this year, and what you're going to do to achieve that goal.
Probably, I want to win, but on a deeper level, I want to make memories with the girls off the court and on the court.
Absolutely. Makes sense.
I want to make memories too. Personally, I want to do better with my post moves. Usually I just turn and I shoot it. I've been trying to do other moves other than just the up and under, and he taught us counter spin move, and I really like that one. I've been trying to work on that.
Go to YouTube and look up Hakeem Olajuwon.
Have you ever watched him play?
Check.
It's really, really easy. Really easy to just get that in about a day and a half. So we'll have that in the repertoire.
Yeah, he teaches clinics on post moves and things.
I just want to make sure I'm a good example for the younger kids, because I think that's really important.
Just leave a good mark, period, in general. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
absolutely. Coach, we can go right back to you and close on this one. Yourself, taking over now as head coach, a personal goal you've set out for yourself, and then an overall team goal and how you hope to achieve those.
We want to make sure that the culture of this is that winning is all good and well, but if you're not doing it the right way, if you're not working hard, if you're not giving people a chance, if you're not making people proud in the way that you conduct yourself, then what's it for? So we're trying to prepare them, yes, to win a ball game, but trying to prepare them for what happens when there's anxiety, what happens when there's circumstances beyond your control. How do you respond? How do you react? So trying to kind of prepare them in that regard for things that they can take away. For example, you don't make shots. How do you affect the game in other ways? You might not have had the best day at work. How do you come home and still be a good mother? How do you come home and still be a good daughter? How do you come home and leave that where it is, and then tomorrow, the next day, get back and keep fighting? Because we don't have a whole lot of us that are going to lay down, and that's good because that helps me be able to push them and make sure they're getting where they need to be.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you girls and good luck this season.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Hi, I'm Kim Nails from Southside High School.
I'm Macy Williams and I'm a senior. I'm Savannah Nunn, I'm a senior.
I'm Kaylee Brown and I'm a senior.
She forgot her name.
I'm Catherine Rowe and I'm a senior.
Okay, Coach, from the last time we seen you last season to now, talk about your off season, what you've learned about the girls, and what it's looked like coming into this season, the start of this season.
Well, as you see, we have 4 seniors, and this is the first time that we've had this many seniors. So I feel like it's a very cohesive group. They're working hard. We got to keep working even harder. I think they realize when you had more years to come, I've got another year, but I think they realized that we had a great season last year, but they realized anything they did last year, it was great feat, great foundation for us, but we haven't proved anything this year. So coming off that, we want it to propel us to get where we want to finish as high as we did last year and go on. But we realize in order to do that, we've got to work really hard and harder than we've ever worked to try to accomplish something we've never accomplished before.
Absolutely. Coach, who's some of the girls that you have to have from a leadership and execution standpoint this season, without question, that's got to step up?
Well, these 4 around me are a major role. Without them, our team looks vastly different. They're veteran players. 3 of these started last year, so we're expecting them to come in and lead our team both on and off the floor. We expect them to lead in all facets. And they've been there. They helped lead us last year, and so I'm confident they're going to do that again. We lost last year some very strong guards that had a lot of experience, so we've got some younger classmen that we're expecting to step in and fill some big shoes. We have Lindsay Hunt, Zanaya Hardy, and Kenzie Marble that we're expecting to step in and play some big minutes in some of those guard play. But we know that it's mainly about how hard you work, and that every day you either get better or worse. And so our goal is that we're improving every day, every drill, everything we're doing to get better so that we can get where we want to be at the end of the season.
Absolutely. We'll start right here with Macy. As a senior, this is your senior year. Talk about your main role on this team and what you're going to do to help this team this season.
I feel like the leadership position is going to be very important because, leading us on to getting farther than we did last year, we're gonna have to have big leaderships.
No doubt.
And us 4, we're just gonna have to step up and make sure that we always are encouraging to our younger ones, even when they don't have the best game or anything. We're just all gonna have to work together and just support each other.
Absolutely. Same question.
Like Macy said, leadership's a really big deal. Setting a good example for the younger girls and showing them how it kind of works.
You guys had some good seniors ahead of you in your careers, I remember seeing you girls play. Same question.
We've just got to be very encouraging. We've got to step it up for them, show them how they've got to be, and just be leaders.
Absolutely.
If they make a mistake, a younger guard makes a mistake in a game, not just scream at them for it, because encourage them.
Absolutely. No doubt. Coach, we always like to ask this. It's always a fun part of the show. Who's your class clown on the team that keeps everything fun in the locker room? Do you have multiple class clowns?
Well, we're kind of looking that direction now, sometimes yeah. And so, but
Do you have a close second, or is she way out ahead of the pack in that category?
Well, kind of beside her, you know. I think you could just look to my left. That's kind of probably the one on the end, basically. But you know, may not be their claim to fame, but yeah, I think that's it.
Coach, who's your spark plug to somebody that don't matter what the score is, don't matter if the chips are down or up, they're still fighting, they're still vocally leader, just giving you everything you got and motivating everybody around them? Who is that on the team?
Well, I think we have a couple that at times, and I think that's something they've all got to work on, because sometimes we have Savannah Nunn has always been kind of a quiet player, always going to work hard, but not in her comfort zone to be real vocal. But she has certainly become vocal. Macy's that, Kaylee, but all of our seniors, I think they know, from years past, sometimes you have good leaders and bad leaders. And so from that, they know what it's like to be a good leader. And so, they know we've got to encourage one another and pull each other along. And so I think all these girls I could put all those in that category.
Absolutely. And we'll start right back here with Macy. Macy is, rewind the clock back to the first time you played varsity and the feelings you had going into that season, probably nervous, scared, and fast forward it back to this season when you're the senior, this is your team. What's the biggest difference?
Well, when I first played varsity, I feel like I was very out of control. Like the first game I played varsity, I fouled out in like 30 seconds. Like I'm not kidding, like 4 fouls in like 30 seconds. Mr. Coach Nels, he pulled me over. He was like,
I'm just kidding.
He's like, we're gonna have to calm down. I was like, I'm sorry, I just went off. He was like, okay. So I feel like I've kind of calmed down a little bit. I mean, I still get my fouls.
Still aggressive.
But, yeah, I feel like I've calmed down a lot.
That's
since my first varsity game to now.
I kind of feel like I'm the opposite of Macy. I was a lot less aggressive when I was freshman playing varsity. I didn't really do much to help the team. I was just kind of out there. But I feel like now I play more of a role, trying to step up and do some stuff.
Yeah, I'm like Macy. I try
Bull in a
not
china
to.
shop.
Yes, I try not to foul, and I've gotten a lot better about that. Like, it was crazy. I was so nervous about my first game, and now
you're ready to. I'm sure you're ready to get out there.
Oh,
we can't wait.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I mean, I was nervous, scared. I was so scared to make a mistake, like any mistake in a game. But now, you realize it's going to happen, and I'm not scared to make a mistake anymore. Just go out and play.
Has the game slowed down to you guys as seniors with this much experience? Has it gotten easier? Like like you said, you were scared and nervous, and now you're seniors. Does it not seem a little bit easier to you? Still seem the same?
I still get,
because we're so close.
nervous.
Like our whole team is so close.
So y'all lean on each other then.
Yeah.
That's good. Which team gets you guys fired up the most? We talked about this earlier with Hoax Bluff. When I seen you guys play Hoax Bluff last year, Josh and I was at that game. The whole gym had a different vibe in it, a different feel. The game at Southside, I remember talking to you there, but it just had a different vibe. You could just feel it. It felt
we have a lot of rivals, and we have them within the county. Some very big rivals, and then of course your area depicts whether you're going on and continuing to post place. So there's a lot of big rivalries, but I can't think of their team that we don't want to beat.
Right.
I mean, we get pretty intense. So now the crowd has sometimes a misconception.
Might have been us because we was in the crowd.
I think the crowd, they make like this is a bigger game, but I think our kids realize that every game's a big game.
Every game's
not just the county games, not just our area, but every game, and we try to approach it that way. So I feel like they kind of look at it more as that, not that one is, but the fans, they make it a big deal.
I got you. That makes a lot of sense. Right back here with Macy, we're gonna start with you and then go down the list. Give us a goal for yourself and the team this season.
I think our biggest goal would be just to work together as a team and just get farther than we did last year.
Absolutely.
I want to be able to lead the girls and or set a good example with how to play, how to act, how to represent Southside.
Absolutely. City in general.
just need, we all need the younger ones to look up at us and not think anything, bad of us.
Leading by example and
Yes.
leaving the team better and the program better than when you arrived.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Just get better every practice, every game, and like Macy said, hopefully get farther than we did last year.
Absolutely. Coach, the same question to you. Is a goal that you set out for yourself and the team this season, and how do you hope to achieve it?
Every year, our goal is for that team to be the best they can be. And, anything less than that, and that kind of depends, I want us to not look back with any regrets. And so, I feel like they have a lot of opportunities. I think we have a chance to really excel. But, that depends on our willingness every day to get better. And so, I want us to, at the end, that look back and feel like as a team that we went as far as we could go, and wherever that may end up. But I feel like we have a great opportunity to get there. And it's just how you don't just get there when it's the championship. It's every day, and that willingness to prepare every day will determine that. So that's what I hope to see us, that willingness to prepare every day, so then we're not limited where we can end up.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you and good luck to you guys.
All right,
Girls.
thank you.